Well, you've made it to day one. Cheers to that. It's just coffee, unfortunately, but cheers to that anyway. Here we are, starting a brand new course. You have done a couple of things already. You've already done an introductory video for yourself and submitted it. You've already done a posting about your research topic and a couple of articles, one using quantitative, one using qualitative methods to get at your topic. So you're already on the way. You've probably looked through the course a little bit already, but I want to make sure that every day you understand sort of what my expectations are and what the point of that day is. So let's talk about that. First of all, the point of the course, as you know, is to become familiar enough with educational research methods and results or output that you could conduct your own research if you wanted to. It might be simple. It might be very straightforward, and that's great. And you could do it hopefully using either quantitative or qualitative methods. As a consumer of research, I hope that the point of this course for you is to be able to decide whether or not research that you're reading or that someone is sharing with you is valid and reliable and, quite frankly, good. Right? Does it say what it's supposed to say? Does it really mean anything? Can you use it? And then the third thing is, just building on that can you use it, how do you make decisions? Or how do you create policies? Or how do you use this data, this information that comes from educational research to really make change? So those are the three things we're shooting for in this class. Those are the important things for the day, or for the course. And for today, we're going to be doing something in particular. We're going to be looking at what educational research is and sort of where it's going. But I want you to know some specific things about the assignments. So before we start talking about the day, which you'll get in a separate video, let's look all the way down here at the bottom of the page. And you'll see this application activities thing here. So the first thing you're going to do for day one is you're going to post a paragraph explaining which research methodology you think might be most appropriate for your intended research topic and why. And you're going to do that at the same place, the same location within CourseSite where you posted your intended research topics before day one. Right? Then you're going to develop a concept map. And you're going to use this link here, bubble.us mind map. I'm just clicking on it to show you where it takes you. It is a free account thing, so if you need to, you can sign in. I think it's just easier to start. And you just start clicking. So mine is immigrant, refugee, education. Fancy. All right. And then you start thinking about, okay, how do I then enter something else? Or change the color or whatever I just did. Let's back to automatic color. And then let's say I want to make something else on here. So I'm just going to highlight over this. I'll click a new tab. Lo and behold, look what I can do. Let's say emotional needs. Okay. And I can go back here. I can make another bubble. Here we go. Connect. Looky there. Connect. And then if I want to, so you can connect like this to make your mind map, just showing you how to do it, okay? So now you have some idea. Yeah, I'm going to leave this page. And then back to the application activities. So you're going to create a concept map. You'll sign up for a free account if you need to. You'll create a 5-minute or less screencast explaining your concept map, and you're going to submit it through CourseSite. So there'll be a link on CourseSite for you to submit that. This is going to be the first step in you solidifying what your research question is or research topic is, and a way to articulate the different variables or the different constructs that are a part of that research topic. So you've got whatever your main question is, that could be in the center, and then you could have around it connections or networks or whatever between the different ideas or the different topics or the different sub-themes that are all a part of that. Okay. And then you'll submit it, and we'll all have a look at what your thinking you're doing. That's kind of important. And then we'll go to day 2. And you will go, if we look at the application activities, you're going to start by drafting a statement of the problem section. Now, you will know about what this means because up here there are some readings that will tell you what goes into that. But that includes the statement of the problem, and that just means that there's a topic that you're addressing. It doesn't have to be, the world is coming crashing down. You're going to do it in light of your research question or your idea, and it's going to orient the reader of the research proposal on your topic. Then you're going to draft a purpose of the study section, right, which is going to be similar in some ways, but it's really talking about what did we then do with this study, what happens with it after it's done. You're going to draft an anticipated ethical issues in the study section, and there are outlines for how to do that up here, right? So you've got some information about what you should be writing and how you should be writing, and you're drafting this stuff. Now, as I mentioned in a previous video, everything that you draft from this day forward goes into your final assignment. This all becomes part of your research proposal. And in fact, these are sections that will be a part of your larger research proposal later. So you're drafting them now. And over the course of the 8 days, you're going to be revising them as well as writing new things. So you want to get a good draft, but I want you to know that you will be able to revise it as you move forward. But time is going to be tight. And so you have to think about how you are going to be working through these different daily application activities, but also continuously revising what you've written before. Let's go up here to day 3. Again, I'm going to scroll down to the application activities. So now you're going to write the introduction on day 3 for your proposed study, and it's going to have sections like this. Well, lo and behold, you've already done the purpose statement. You've already done the problem statement, right? So you've got 2 sections already done. Now you're just revising those, and you're adding in research questions and hypotheses, selected studies, deficiencies in the studies, and importance of the study for a specific audience. And then you're going to use the rubrics that are available online and the screencast-o-matic to comment on the statement of the problem, the purpose of the study, blah, blah, blah. You're going to record some explanations, not more than 30 minutes, hopefully not more than 15. Videos should be in MP4 format. They'll be uploaded to your group-specific Dropbox. You'll have more information about that. And remember, you're not grading your peers' assignments. You're contributing to improving their final submissions. You are going to be looking at a rubric, and it will have numbers. But those aren't grades. You're not the grader. You're just giving them feedback. You're saying, if I were the instructor, or if I were critiquing this, I would say it was here, or here, or here. Okay. Next day, day 4. You're going to be watching a lot of videos, and then writing a substantive theoretical framework section, which will include a visual model. Remember your concept map? This is where it comes back. A visual model of the relationship, and you're going to be explaining the links, explaining how all of that fits together. On day 5, I'm really going to scroll through every one of these just to show you that they all fit together as part of the larger research proposal. You're going to write a definition section for your research plan. You're going to write a section identifying how your study will draw its sample, identifying potential limitations, about the significance of your research. Right? You're going to do all of that, and you're also going to be commenting on your group members' assignments from yesterday. Okay? So this is all the ongoing work that you'll be doing during the 8 days. Anything that you can prepare ahead of time as you're getting ready for this is good. So if you're looking at this earlier than January 12th, earlier than the start date of the class, you could already be drafting these sections out. You could already be working through this. And then when it comes the day, January 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, you can submit it through CourseSite, and then you will have it available for your peers in your group to provide feedback. But you can draft it now. Right? So next, procedures to be used in the survey study for the proposed research. You can see where I'm going with this. Okay, I'm just going to click on a couple more, and then the torture will be over. You're going to draft a literature review. This is something that you want to be working on throughout the course. If you haven't reviewed the literature already, then you might want to take a moment to do that. I will explain how to do that when we get to this day, and I'm doing the video up here, right, for the introductory video. So you could always watch that ahead. And you're going to be providing comments and feedback for your friends and family in this course. For this day 8, the final day, you are going to write a complete version of your research proposal that will be due 1 week from that day, January 29th. These are going to be the headings and subheadings for your complete version of your research proposal. I hope you notice that all of these are things that you will have done earlier in the course at some point. They might not have exactly the same label, but I mean, come on, statement of the problem is statement of the problem. Looking at the literature review and the theories used, that's going to be important. You'll see that in the literature. So all of this is linked to things that you've done before. All of the assignments that you've written throughout the class, you're now putting together in one whole document. So please think about the long-term goal, the end game, as you're doing each week's assignment. Remember, these are all going to be part of the final product. You will obviously have a chance to go back and revise based on the feedback from either me and Katrina or from your group members, but you will be putting it all together in some sort of final format. And then on the last day, you will submit it through this lovely link here. All right? So that is the overview of our course. That gives you, let me get back to day 1, the point of the course and an overview of the assignments. If you have any questions about that, please either post that on the Need Help Ask Here discussion board or contact me and Katrina directly via email.